Hey, yo, what is up, my faux shizzlers? It's your boy FizzleTheHizzle, aka Ben here. For you guys, the WPL Week 2 Team Builder against my man Storm and the San Diego Sneasels. Storm, he's 0-1 just like us, and he kind of got wheelchaired, just completely plastered by Sohan because of my failure to bring Roar on Swampert and such. But we're trying to come back, and if we win like 5-0 or something like that, then we get differential back, and it's like the 6-0 never happened. I just got destroyed. That's just flat out what happened. But we're looking to bounce back, just like always. So show some love on the like button if you love to see me get wheelchaired, or if you're excited for your Tampa Bay Weasels to look to bounce back from that loss. Anyways, first off, let's just jump right into his team. He has a Victini, hits stupidly hard with V-Crate, stab, and everything. It's pretty speedy at 100 base speed. Everything can run physical or special. Choice Banded Victini or Choice Scarf Victini is very possible. Starmie, one of his new acquisitions, 115 base speed, very fast. Gets lots of really good coverage as well. It's a solid spinner, and Life Orb Starmie is a problem. Snorlax, I don't really see coming, in my opinion, just because I have so many answers to it. It can use Curse, like with Belly Drum, or Belly Drum with like a Figgy Berry with the Gluttony ability, and like Body Slam things to death, so stuff like that. Vaporeon, an obnoxiously bulky Mon, can Wish Pass, can Heal Belt, Scald, stuff like that. Bronzong can set up rocks, dual screens, Gyro Ball, things like that. It's relatively passive, so it doesn't have that high of an attack or special attack, so it's pretty passive, so you can kind of set up in front of it. Sandslash, he has Sandslash with no hail support because he actually dropped Alolan Ninetales for Starmie before week 2 started, rather. So it can hit very hard with like a Life Orb or something like that. Its dual stab can hit very hard. It's a rocker, and it's also a rapid spinner. Beedrill, if my phone would ever shut up. Mega Beedrill, very fast Mon. I recently played one in the NCL. Hits very hard with its dual stab like X's or U-turn Poison Jab. And after an SD, it can put in work. Also gets access to T-Spikes. Zero Aura, another free agent that he recently picked up. A very fast Mon, but not as fast as Beedrill, which is pretty cool. But it can run Adamant or Modest most of the time. It gets like Plasma Fist, Close Combat, Knockoff, stuff like that, Hidden Power. Landorus Eye also hits very hard on both sides. You usually see it more physical with like EQ. Dual Dance Landorus can be very scary. So we definitely need to watch out for that. Rose Raid can T-Spikes, can Spikes. It's a pretty good hazard lead, and we have ways to prevent that from happening. Ariados, another Sticky Webs user, also has access to a T-Spike, so he has 3 T-Spikes users on his team, so we definitely want to be careful around that, and I have ways to get around his leads, and what I expect him to bring is like Victini, Starmie, Mega Beedrill, Zeraora, Lando, and like Ariados, I suppose, or Rose Raid. I expect him to bring one of his hazard setters or hazard stackers. First up, we have, first let's talk about his team. Stealth Rocks, he has in the form with Bronzong, Alolan Sandslash, and Landorus Eye. T-Spikes with Mega Beedrill, Ariados, and Rose Raid, and Sticky Webs with Ariados. He has Removal with Defog and Mega Beedrill and Landorus Eye, and Rapid Spin with Alolan Sandslash and Starmie. And his removal game is not very strong, so we're definitely going to take advantage of that. And you can see right here, Leavanny here, our dedicated lead, basically. This is here to set up Sticky Web so the rest of our team can just plow through his. And Leaf Blade knockoff is pretty good. Leaf Blade is there just so we're not set up fodder, I suppose, and we can hit stuff hard with our stab. Knockoff is there in case he wants to lead Bronzong, which I don't necessarily predict him to bring Bronzong in the first place, but definitely there. Magic Coat is in case he leads Ariados. I can Magic Coat first to reflect back his Sticky Webs or T-Spikes, whatever he wants to go for first. And I feel like Magic Coat is just really good. This outspeeds Rose Raid 100% of the time, so he can go faster than Rose Raid and hit it with a knockoff or something, so it can break its Sash or whatever. And we're also sashed. Overcoat is there for no reason. We don't have a bug type move, so Swarm doesn't matter. There's no sunny day, so I guess Overcoat is immune to powder stuff. So yeah, Leavanny is our dedicated lead most of the time, and Sticky Webs is really good for our team, and we can take advantage of his really booty hazard removal, honestly. Next up, we have Midna. This outspeeds Victini, and I probably lead this if I see an area dose on my screen, because I get to taunt him, and then I get to Accelerock him or Stone Edge or whatever I want to do. And taunt also prevents Roserade from setting up hazards, but it can hit me hard with like a Giga Drain or something. And as he's sashed, then he just wins a 1v1 in that case. So this is my lead if I see area dose. If I don't expect him to bring Roserade plus area dose, and if that's the case, then Roserade is definitely not the lead. So that's pretty good for us. Drill Run is there for the Heatran. Well, Heatran. Oh my god, where did my document go? What the heck? What to heck? Document? Hello? Alright, my bad. I found it again. Drill Run is basically for the Zero Aura, and that's it, really. Just so we can hit that thing hard. Stone Edge and Accelerock hits the majority of his team, especially with the Life Orb and Tough Claws. It's going to be putting in some work, and Accelerock allows me to, like, like Revenge Victini relatively easily after rocks. Starmie as well if it's pretty low. Alolan Sandslash perhaps. Mega Beedrill is a big one. Landorus Eye if it's low enough. And Roserade if he's offensive. So Accelerock and Life Orb puts in a lot of work here, and yeah, man, this is gonna look, it's not gonna be our win con, but it's good to chip his team down for the rest of my team to put in work. Next up we have Shiva. Fake Out, Drain Punch, Zen Headbutt, Bulk Up. This thing didn't do anything in our last matchup, but his only real switch in to Mega Medicham is probably like really Fizz-Def Victini. Bronzong doesn't want to take a hit and nothing else. Like Dual Staff puts in so much work against his team, and it's only resisted by Victini and Starmie, and those aren't switch-ins, let me tell you what. Vaporeon, it probably gets 2 hit KO'd by Zen Headbutt anyway, especially after a Bulk Up. And Fake Out is there so he can chip down his faster threats like Zero Aura, Mega Beedrill, and Starmie and Victini and stuff like that. And that is really good for us in general. And we are running max speed, so we can speed tie with Victini if webs aren't up. And I don't know why webs wouldn't be up, but webs is definitely our game plan if you couldn't tell already. So yeah, like after a bulk up, nothing's really switching. If Victini switches in, it takes rocks damage. Wait, did we even bring rocks? We did not even bring rocks. Yes, we did. We brought it on that. Yep. So yeah, if Victini switches in, it's going to be taking rocks. Same thing with Starmie and stuff like that. And I like Shiva in this matchup. It's just also a really good wall breaker for our team. For our little boy right here to put in just monstrous amounts of work. Swampert, our rocker for today. I'm bringing Rindo Berry because I probably expect him to bring Energy Ball Victini or Energy Ball Starmie. And grass coverage on random things like Zero Aura with Grass Knot. And we can KO a bunch of that stuff with like Earthquake. Oh, whoops. We can KO Zero Aura with Earthquake and Victini as well. And Starmie is not going to be appreciating an Earthquake. Roar is so that things don't set up in my face like Snorlax and like, I guess Landorus as well. Because in case Landorus I carries like Dual Dance or something. I'm learning my mistakes from last week. I'm learning my mistakes from getting 6-0 by Ray Nicholas. So we have lots of special defense to be able to take those energy balls as well. And that's basically what this thing is for. It's also a really good switch into Victini in general, because the rest of my team doesn't switch into Victini well. So this can be classified as a decent, like, decent switch into that. And he's probably going to be expecting Window Berry on Swampert because he does not see leftovers, or he might predict a Life Orb set, which I don't really expect him to predict that. Next up we have Celesteela. This is a really good switch into his Mega Beedrill, Alolan Sandslash, and Snorlax. Basically everything that's physical. I should probably change Rocky Helmet to like leftovers leftovers. Because Plasma Fist on Zero Aura does not make contact with it, so Rocky Helmet is not going to do much. Rocky Helmet was basically only there for the Mega Beedrill, but Mega Beedrill can't touch us in any way, shape, or form. Leech Seed, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Protect. Protect is there to scout out for like coverage. And if Victini is Scarfed or Banded or whatever, I want to see what move he locks into. And we can adjust our play accordingly. Zero Aura as well. And, well, Zero Aura is not the Z move user. And we can also scout out for, like, if Landorus is carrying a hidden power, because if he's dual dance Landorus, then Celesteela kind of walls it. And so that's pretty good. Heavy Slam and Earthquake just does pretty solid stuff against his team. Leech Seed is good for recovery. And Apollo 13 is just here to be fat, man. It's just here to be fat, and that's why Celesteela is my baby. And next up, before we get like even farther than this, I'm gonna go back to his team real quick. So here's a little exercise for you guys, a little viewer interaction here. Do you guys spot a Dark Resist on his team at all? Victini gets Bop, Starmie, Snorlax, Vaporeon, Bronzong, Sandslash. Yeah, guys, it doesn't look like he has a single Dark Resist. So you know what we're running? We're gonna be running kind of a Darken EMZ, modest Dark Pulse. Like, oh my gosh, this just picks up a KO every single time. Like I said, you could have told already. That's English and a half. He doesn't have a Dark Resist, so modest max special attack Dark Z is like gonna be blowing things back. His only real switch in is Snorlax, but after a workup it boosts our Dark Pulse and our superpower. And after a +1 superpower, it's gonna be Snorlax isn't a switch in anymore. Roost is for longevity, so we can just keep spamming Dark Pulse against his team. This is calc to outrun Mega Beedrill after Webs, and yeah. Webs is going to be a huge part of our team, and it's going to be a huge part for Orochimaru to just put in nothing but the finest of work, man. We are not modest, actually. We are rash, just so we can do damage with superpower. But you know what I meant. We're special attack boosting. So yeah, man, I have a really good feeling about our team this week. Webs and our wall breakers are going to be looking to be doing really good. And I really like the win con of Hydreigon just spamming Dark Pulse against his team. It looks really solid in my opinion, so show some love on the like button down below if you're excited for your Tampa Bay Weasels to be bouncing back after week 1. Thank you guys so much for watching, it means the world to me, and like always, have a swell day. Peaces.